Welcome, welcome. If you have not already watched the video I made about Lesson A for certifying to teach Level 2 and Level 3 students, check it out because that's super helpful. You don't necessarily have to do Level A or Lesson A and Lesson B in order. Today we're going to be talking about Lesson B, slide by slide, what you're going to need to do on each one to pass your mock class. Again, your mock class mentor will choose one of these two lessons for you. Maybe they'll choose A, maybe they'll choose B. Be prepared for both so you're not caught off guard. All right, so you're looking at the material that you got from head office, and one of the first slides after the big B is my friends and I, my toys, and we're going over the objectives. So this is just kind of a recap, FYI for you. The new vocabulary words we're teaching today are kite and doll, and the new verb we're teaching is fly. Important, remember those things. All of those things need repetition associated with them because they're brand new. And then the sentence structures we're working on are do you fly, throw, or swing something? And the response would be yes, I fly, throw, swing a something, or no, I don't fly, throw, swing, or swing a something. But we are always teaching question response patterns with VIPKID. So we're not just going to have all of these sentences that the student's repeating, but we're teaching here's the question, here's how you respond to it. So we're building them up to conversation. So that's kind of what you're getting here in the introduction to this. Here's the question you will be asking, and here's the response the student should be using. That's your kind of FYI leading into this. If you see information in the lesson that is not listed as this new content for the lesson, you can safely assume somebody else has already taught that or it is in the student's prior knowledge. So I don't want you to feel this burden of I have to teach absolutely everything in this lesson because that's really going to slow you down. So off we go to the very first slide. This is where you're going to start things, and it says Level 2, Unit 5, Lesson 8. And this is where we're going to start the class. So I'll do it like this. Hello, my name is Teacher Sharon. What is your name? Yeah, my name is Jack. Oh, so good. Jack, how old are you? Uh-huh, I am 6. Awesome work! Let's go! All right, and you've introduced the lesson. Now we're on the reward slide. Once again, if you don't like the reward system we provide you with here, you can use your own reward system. The interactive lessons, you can actually move things around in those reward systems, so by all means, if you want to use those, go ahead and do it. As an FYI, you can bounce back and forth from the reward screen to the other slides that you're on with that little present button thing that's in the bottom of the screen. So if you're somewhere else in the lesson and you want to reward the student, just hit the little gift box and you'll bounce here. And then if you want to go back to where you were, don't just click there. That's going to take forever. There's an arrow, sort of like arrow. So click that and then you'll go back to right where you were. So super important so you don't kill all of your time. Oh, is my hair falling out? Ooh. So super important so you don't kill all of your time just like clicking through the screen. Whichever reward system you choose to use, your own or the one we provide you with here, introduce it. If you're not using the reward system on the screen, don't introduce it. Do I have to say that? I think so, because I'm seeing this a lot. But even if you're not using that reward system, you can use it to demonstrate how to drag and drop things. So you can say, when you do a good job, you will get a ball. Drag and drop the ball. And so then we just get some practice doing that. This is a good place to introduce the concept of drag and drop. And again, that is the simple language that I will use instead of grab and throw or zoop zoop or any other crazy things. Just drag and drop. And so then we get to learn those interactive tools and directions right on this screen. But we're introducing our reward system. All right, check in the upper right-hand corner. That says I vocabulary on this slide. That means we're introducing new vocabulary words, which means I need to remember to get the student to repeat those things at least 2 times in isolation. So here, I would love to see some supplementary tools because it's new vocabulary words. Maybe you just draw a picture of a kite if you don't have a kite laying around, because who has kites laying around? Or maybe you raid your kid's toy box and you find you have a doll in there. And if you don't have a doll, maybe we're just pretending to hold a doll, right? So think outside the box. But nonetheless, here's how I would do this slide. Kite. Kite. Great. I fly my kite. So good. Doll. Doll. Yeah. This is my doll. Great job. Okay, isolation and get the student to repeat back those sentences. In the next slide, we have P vocabulary in the upper right-hand corner, which means we are practicing with these vocabulary words in context. So I will do this slide something like this. First, circle the word doll. Doll. Circle the word kite. Kite. Yes. Circle the picture of the girl flying the kite. She flies a kite or doll? Good. Draw a line. Draw a line. Great. Circle the girl holding the doll. This is her doll or kite? Yes, this is her doll. Good. Draw a line. Great job. So just make sure that you're doing lots of modeling to get the student to understand how to draw that line, where to draw the line. Often I'll use my whiteboard. If you want to have this all written out in advance, you sure can. That's a good way to show the student how to draw a line. If they're not getting it, then there's no shame in drawing the line on the screen as well. All right, our next slide is an A vocabulary slide, which means we are applying the vocabulary words we have learned and giving the student a chance to respond to questions and use them in full sentences. So I'll start the slide like this. Circle the picture of the doll. What is it? Yes, it is a doll. Great. Drag and drop doll. Which one? So that is me taking the word doll, putting it in the box, and moving it back. Taking the word kite, putting it in the box, and putting it back. Oh, poor baby. So then I'm not having to do the slide for the student, but just showing them where to move things. Circle the picture of the kite. What is it? Yes! Drag and drop kite. Which one? Great job! All right, so the second one, I don't need to move things over so much. I'm just going to demonstrate it on the first one with doll, where I'm physically moving things on the screen. And the second one, I'll just kind of mime it in the air so the student gets the idea we're doing the same thing. Really be sure they get complete sentences on each of those because that's super important on an application slide as the student is using full sentences. Now, after you've met the objective, it's a good idea to do extension. We don't have time to do it on every slide, but periodically it's important that we teach more than just what's on the PowerPoint. So on this slide, on our A vocabulary here, you have several options. You could circle the little dog we have and say, what is it? Yes, it is a dog. Or you could circle the chair thing. What color is it? Good! It is purple. Awesome. So basic, like animal identification, colors, those are some good ideas for extension that I'm going to do so it doesn't take forever, but it's still level appropriate and it'll engage and interest the student a bit. Okay, you're seeing the pattern I-P-A, I-P-A. That's generally how it goes. We're back to I again on this next slide. Introducing, but it's a verb this time. And our verb is nice and big, fly. So we'll start with fly. Fly. Yeah. Circle the boy. He flies a kite. Good. Circle the hand. I fly a kite. Good. And circle the girl. My sister flies a kite. Awesome job. So here, of course, we're getting the repetition 2 times in isolation, and the student can simply repeat back all of those sentences after me. So now we are on the P-verb slide. We're practicing with the verb, giving the student a chance to make those full sentences with some help from the teacher still. So I will use dragging and drop methods that we've talked about on previous slides. She fly or she flies a kite? Which one? Drag and drop. Yes! Circle the sentence, the first sentence, right? Who flies a kite? Yes! She flies a kite. Good! Underline that second sentence. They fly or they flies a kite. Drag and drop. Good! Circle that sentence again. Who flies a kite? Yes! They fly a kite. Great! I fly or flies? Drag and drop. Excellent! Circle that sentence again. Who flies a kite? Yes! I fly a kite. Great! So making sure that we give the student a chance to drag and drop on their own, so we're not just reading all the answers to them, but they get to figure out which form of the verb goes in the blanks. Make sure we follow up with a question, who flies a kite, so the student is able to produce independent output and respond to those questions, making that full sentence on their own. Okay, we are ready for the A-verb slide, which is a listening slide. I'm going to draw a big square around the first square. We have the little listening thing in the middle. And then, I'll click on it. And it says, she flies a kite. And I'll say, which one? Drag and drop. So I'm taking each of those pictures, moving them to that square that I've outlined, and then putting them back again. And then they put them up there, and I'll say, who flies a kite? And they can tell me she flies a kite. Okay, so then here's kind of how it would play out for the next one. We click on it and we listen to it. He flies a kite. Which one? Drag and drop. Yes. Who flies a kite? Yes, he flies a kite. Listen. I fly a kite. Which one? Drag and drop. Yes! Who flies a kite? Very good! So that's how we would do that one, making sure that we get the student again to respond to those questions. They're using full sentences and modeling where the picture should go. That's a tricky thing here that's not always apparent to the student. So just using lots of pictures to model where they should go, and that should make that one fairly easy for you to get across to the student. All right, so now we are on I sentence frame, which means we're introducing a new sentence structure. So we are back to repetition, right? I do, student simply repeats after me. I guess we'll play this one out like this. Yes, I throw a ball. Great. Hey, do you throw a ball? Yes, I throw a ball. Do you throw a ball? Great! Yes, I throw a ball. Awesome. No, I don't swing on a swing. Good. Do you swing on a swing? No, I don't swing on a swing. Do you swing on a swing? Good job. All right, so that's how we're going to do that one. Have them repeat it back, and then I'll model my question-response conversation so that the student can respond to the question. We're on the P sentence frame slide, which means we're practicing using these sentence frames in context. So I'm going to do it like this. Circle the picture of the girl flying the kite. Do you fly a kite? Yeah. Yes, I fly a kite. Great. Circle the boy with the ball. Do you throw a ball? Awesome. Circle the girl on the swing. Do you swing on a swing? Yay! Very good job. And that's everything we have there. The student is going to decide if they're saying yes or no to those things, so I don't want you to overcorrect them to say any particular response. Just make sure they have a full sentence response for each of those. Right, and really the next slide, the A sentence frame, is fairly similar to the last one. We're just practicing with they and he as opposed to just I. So we're applying it to some different subjects here. Circle the first picture. Do they fly a kite? Yes! They fly a kite. Great. Circle the next picture. Do they swing on a swing? Yes. They swing on a swing. Great. Circle the last picture. Does he fly a kite? No! Good. No, he doesn't fly a kite. Very good. All right, so on that one, you can choose to say the correct sentences or the incorrect sentences. If you want to push the student to give you a negative response on one, then I would likely just use the wrong sentence structure. Fly a kite where he should be throwing a ball. And I also want to make sure the student is just responding in full sentences. If they give me the correct sentence structure, does he fly a kite? And they say, yes, he flies a kite. There's no reason for me to repeat that back. Yes, he flies a kite. And definitely no reason for me to have them repeat that back again. We don't have time for that. So if they give me the right answer, then I'm saying yes, and I'm moving on. Keep your teacher talk time down by not repeating correct responses the student is making, and don't slow the whole thing down by having them say those sentences multiple times. One time is fine. We want to use the repetition of 2 times for new content, like new words in isolation, but not for complete sentences when we're on an application slide. So just keep that in mind for your pacing. We're in the home stretch, people. We can do this. We're on an E free talk slide, which means we're doing some extension. So they give us the sentence questions that we should use in the teacher directions. Feel free to use those. We want to meet those objectives first before we go into some extra extension. So I'll just simply circle the picture of the girl flying the kite. Do you fly a kite? Yeah, awesome! Side note, at this point in the lesson, the student should be able to respond to these questions, making those full sentences on their own. So it might feel like, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to get through all of this? But we should be moving along a little bit faster at this point, so this should be okay. Circle the picture of the girl holding the ball. Do you throw a ball? Yay! Awesome! And if we have extra time, circle the picture of just that soccer ball. Do you like soccer? Great! Now we are on to the goodbye slide. You made it! But don't just quit yet. Sometimes people get here and they're like, okay, bye! Because you're probably short on time. Take a second, take a deep breath, because this is where I summarize all the students' great accomplishments. So we might need to click that little gift box, the present, to go back to the reward slide if you're using the interactive lesson, the interactive rewards, and I'll say, you did an awesome job today. You got 5 presents or whatever they got there. Obviously, the toys are disappearing into the cart, so you can refresh that screen and all the toys will come back if you want to count how many they got. If it's your own reward system, then just pull up, whatever they got. You did awesome. You got 5-star spaceships. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to count how many rewards they got at the end of the class, whatever that reward is, so they feel this sense of accomplishment. You are awesome. I will see you next time. Goodbye. You did it. We just finished lesson B, and if you pass that, you're certified for 2 and 3. What? This is so easy. I'm really excited for you. You're totally on your way. It's going to be great. Now, you might feel like, all right, I'm finally ready to apply to teach with VIPKID. You should be. If you haven't done so already, I have a link in the information below so you can apply to teach with VIPKID today. Get this process started. So look for that. You can also just enter my referral code. If you don't already have a referring teacher, you can put mine in here. It's SHARO 0001. SHARO 0001. You can enter that when you apply, and then I can be your referring teacher. We'll be connected, so I can track your progress throughout the application process, and I can help answer questions for you and remind you if you're at different phases and what you need to do next. Also, if you do choose to have me be your referring teacher, I can send you a link to give you an express pass through the interview process. So please do email me if you have any questions or if you would like more information about that. And I'll put my email address right here at the bottom. It is SharonLT87@gmail.com, and I'll help you zoom through the application process so that you can be teaching VIPKID students in no time. If you have other questions or comments regarding the mock class process, certifying for level 2 or 3, whatever it might be, you can put it in the comments below this video as well, and I promise I will respond to those. At the very least, I'll give you a thumbs up because I read them and I see them all. If you have enjoyed this and you would like to keep learning more, I have many more videos. Subscribe to my channel. It'll help other people find it as well. And you guys are going to do great. Go fight, win.